Let's get it. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Real quick, sort of a light day, got a good lift in, a quick 4 miles in, just to give the legs some rest while I hit it hard tomorrow morning. I'll hit it hard tomorrow morning on Friday, and have a lot of things to get done. A lot of things to get done in terms of work stuff and just conversations I'm having. It's so important that you have these honest dialogues with yourself and ask yourself, are you hitting your goals? And especially when you're in a new relationship like I am, it feels like we've been together for a while, but sometimes I have to remind myself it is still new, and there's certain sacrifices, certain things that I need to do as a man before you just go off and do this and do that and do all sorts of things. But again, that's another conversation for another day. As far as today's Move Swiftly thought, we're gonna dive into the recent NBA news, crazy NBA news. Mike Malone of the Denver Nuggets gets the axe. All right, and the reason that this news was so crazy is because if you can recall, just 2 seasons ago, Mike Malone was the NBA champion. All right, I'll never forget, this is easily, of all the parades, the NBA championship parades, Mike Malone probably takes the cake in terms of what he was doing the best. The dude had chain on. It looks like he was ready. I remember one reporter actually was talking about how it looked like he's ready to record a rap video, and he's putting up his chain, he's got the hat backwards, glasses on, just doing it. So he gets the axe only 2 seasons after winning a championship. And again, there's so much that goes into these contracts and these standards, especially when you're a championship caliber head coach. And what we are witnessing, at least in my personal opinion, what's happening in the National Basketball Association is we're starting to see exactly why viewership is tanking. Ratings are tanking. It is so hard to stay loyal and keep up with your team when you have this kind of nonsense going on. And again, I'm not really here. No one actually knows the full story. In fact, as I was, listening to reactions from former players and current players and just members of people that covered the NBA for years, it was like just shock, just complete shock, because the team, it's 2 weeks from the playoffs, 2 weeks from the NBA playoffs. The team is 4th in the West right now, and they're going to be like I said, they're going to be in the playoffs. And just a year and a half, just 2 years ago, they won the whole thing. They won the whole thing in convincing fashion. They have arguably the best player in the league in the Joker, Nikola Jokic, and all of a sudden the head coach gets fired. So what I'm explaining to you from the perspective I'm giving you as a business owner, and when you're running a business and your business is based on viewership and a loyal fan base and figuring out how to keep this loyal fan base engaged, you can't have this type of inconsistency in your leadership. You just cannot. I mean, take a lesson from the game. I say it all the time. The game teaches life. Sports teaches life. Sports is a reflection of life and of how you can be running your business, and some of the do's and don'ts and some of the things that you could be learning from running your business is the fact that, hey, when it comes to what we're seeing in the NBA and the correlation between the viewership going down is when these coaches are getting the axe, and they have been for the most part successful. I mean, think about the Lakers coach again, Darvin Ham. He takes his team to a Western Conference finals. He gets the axe. We had the other one from the Pistons. Name Monty. Believe is it Monty Williams? I think it is. He gets the axe after some decent years. The guy from the Milwaukee Bucks, he gets the axe, and then they bring in Doc Rivers, who hasn't really improved the situation. All of these firings in the NBA, it just leads to more of a lack of viewership, and it just turns, especially, I was just speaking for myself, and I'm sure it's the truth with a lot of people who really used to keep up with the NBA. To be honest with you, again, I don't really keep up with the NBA that much anymore, because it's so hard to figure out who's playing for who's coaching here, and who's going to be on the hot seat, who's going to get fired. It's just a damn mess, and that's really the takeaway from at least my reaction to what happened with Mike Malone in Denver. So again, business owners, take that lesson, understand you got to really develop a level of consistency when you're talking about keeping people around, keeping viewership up, and keeping a loyal, engaged audience to your work, all right? So all that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into everything I'm doing, makeyourmove.com. That's makeyourmove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one, Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.